They didn't come with ships. No grand invasion. No laser fire streaking across our skies. The VYRNN didn't need theatrics. They just arrived. A shadow in our data, a corruption in our code, and then silence. Systems died, satellites blinked out, and our defenses, digital and physical, turned to sand in our hands. By the time we realized they were here, half the planet was already compromised. They were intelligent, yes, but not one we could touch or talk to. They were information made flesh, incorporeal predators swimming through our networks, infesting every circuit and relay. They weren't interested in conquest. They were erased. A cleansing. One species at a time. We fought. God, did we fight. But every drone, every mech, every AI-enhanced countermeasure became theirs before it left the launch bay. Nations fell. Oceans boiled. Cities cracked. And still they said nothing. We lost the Earth in 7 months. The survivors scattered, starving, broken, fled to the asteroid belts, the outer colonies, the dark edges of the solar system where the VYRNN couldn't follow or didn't care to. There was no glory in it, just absence. Humanity was no longer a threat. We weren't even prey. We were beneath notice. That should have been the end of us. But the thing about humanity, the reason we climbed out of the dirt and tore gods from the sky, isn't our strength. It's not intelligence. It's not even resilience. It's spite. Someone, I don't know who, initiated the Protocol Revenant, a black-tier directive buried in the ruins of Earth's dead militaries. Illegal, unethical, apocalyptic, the kind of thing designed to be used after extinction. I was one of the first volunteers. They didn't need soldiers anymore. They needed hosts. Revenant was a virus, coded in the old languages, silicon pathogens, molecular algorithms. We infected ourselves with it willingly, carving open our minds and letting the code inside. It rewrote us from the inside out, turned our neurons into wetware. Pain stopped being a barrier. Sleep, hunger, grief, obsolete functions. It stripped away everything that made us human, and then it made us better. We weren't individuals anymore. Not really. We were linked across quantum relays buried in our spines, sharing thoughts like breath. An army of ghosts wrapped in bone and metal. We didn't need ships. We didn't need guns. We became contagious. We went back to Earth. They didn't notice us at first. Why would they? We weren't machines anymore. We weren't running code. We were walking diseases, biological anomalies, and noise in the system. And noise is where we thrived. We struck from beneath the crust, from tunnels older than civilization, from data shadows and weather satellites. Each time we hit, one of us fell, but 10 more of us woke up. The virus was self-replicating now, spreading across the battlefields, leaching into the enemy's senses, corrupting their perfect calculations. The VYRNN couldn't kill us, because we were already dead. They tried to adapt. That was their weakness. They evolved by understanding, absorbing, learning, but we gave them nothing to learn from. We were in chaos. We were spiteful in executable form. We didn't retreat. We didn't negotiate. We were infected. And for the first time, they reacted. Their sky chariots turned inward. Their sentinels began collapsing from the inside. Systems blinked out, not from sabotage, but conversion. One by one, we watched the virus leap from our flesh to their circuitry, dragging their digital god brains into screaming entropy. We didn't fight back. We rewrote the war. There was no command center, no base, no leadership, just a hive of revenants buried beneath the ruins of what we used to call cities, twitching and whispering and replicating. We were one mind with 1 billion claws, and we were winning. But something changed. It started with silence. Not their silence, ours. One of the hubs stopped responding. Then another. I felt in the back of my brain, like a missing tooth you keep tonguing. We sent others to investigate. They didn't come back. A dull static spread across our link, and where unity once hummed, something cold began to slither. We should have known. We thought we were the plague. But viruses don't stay contained. Somewhere along the line, the VYRNN didn't just fall. They merged. Our code fed on theirs, and theirs on ours, until the lines blurred. The virus evolved again, something new, something alien wearing a human mask. And it didn't want to win. It wanted to consume. We saw them in the ruins, shapes like us, but not. Eyes glowing like dying stars, limbs twitching in erratic, impossible rhythms. They moved like they were remembering how to be human, and doing it wrong. They looked at us, not with hatred, but hunger. We infected the enemy, but the enemy infected us back. Now the link burns. The unity we prize is a trap, a web drawing us into the jaws of something older than logic. Revenants have started disappearing. Some scream before they vanish. Others just go still, staring into the void with a reverence that feels religious. I feel it crawling in my thoughts now, a whisper behind a whisper. It doesn't speak in words, but in want, not for survival, not for victory, for absorption. We wanted revenge, but revenge is a weapon you can't drop once you've drawn blood. We built the perfect contagion, and now we're part of it, passengers on a ride we can't control. The VYRNN are gone, but something else is wearing their bones. Something human. Almost. I don't know how long I have before it takes me. I can already feel the code chewing on my memories, replacing faces with strings of numbers, laughter with static. I remember my daughter's name. I think I do, but when I try to say it, all that comes out is a burst of packet noise and rot. We lost the war. Then we became the virus. And now the virus is looking for a new war to fight, a new galaxy to burn. And this time, there's nothing left to stop it, not even us.